Hey, what's up guys? So I have recently created another pattern layout template, the one that you can see here on the screen, and I thought I should share with you how you can create your own. And by the way, I will provide this template and slightly different versions of this template in that freebies which I have previously provided on this channel. So make sure that you check that video out. You will find the link in the iCard above. And this particular pattern layout template, I'm not sure what it's called, but I really like this kind of like eastern style design of this thing. And I have finally found out a way to create this template and to make these kind of patterns easy to create and easy to design. So if you are interested in that, let's get started. Now let me just close this one, and I'm going to create a new document. The size is 1200 by 1200 and 300 dpi. By the way, why I'm choosing 1200 by 1200, I have previously explained in my last video. So if you want to why I have chosen this particular size, make sure that you watch that video, at least the first part of that video, in which I have explained in detail my choice for this size. Anyway, so for this template I have different choices that I can create my design element in it. For the size, for example, I can create it in 300 by 400, 400 by 600, 200 by 300. So I have multiple choices for me, because all of these numbers 200, 300, 400 and 600 are going to give me 1200 when I multiply them with a certain number. So not to confuse you any further, let me just create it. And the first thing we are going to create is just simple rectangle shape, and we are going to have it some kind of width to the stroke. And let me just remove the fill color. Okay, now let's just align it at the center. Actually, we should just change its size to be more specific for our template. So as I have already explained, we can use multiple sizes. So for this particular one, let me just use 400 and 600. So height should be 600 and the width should be, let me put it 400 here, and then align it at the center like that. So you can see that for this template we have height to be greater than the width, and I have chosen this consecutive numbers 400 and 6 number, because 1200 is actually divided by 400 and it gives me a complete number. The same thing with 600, it gives me a complete number. So whenever you are trying to create this kind of template, make sure that you choose those consecutive multiples of this document size. And for example, I can also make it to be 300 in the width and 400 in the height, because 300 can give me 1200 if I multiply it by 400, and the same thing 400 is going to give me 1200 if I multiply it with 3. I hope you can understand it. I'm not confusing you too much. So anyway, now we have the height to be greater than the width. Next thing I'm going to do is just simply duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J to copy it. And now we are going to make the width of this thing, this new rectangle shape, and make the width to be half of what the number is here in the width panel. So currently it is 400, so I'm going to make it 200 just to make it half, and then simply align it horizontally and vertically. The next thing that I'm going to do is select the base triangle, the basic one, and create a copy of that by pressing Ctrl J. And now I want to change its height. So remember, on this top one, let me just make it vertical. So whatever the width of this vertical rectangular shape is, that is 200, we should put that width to be the height of this one. So currently its height is 600, but we do not want it, we want it to be 200. Okay, and then align it at the center. So you see, for this vertical one we have width to be 200, and for this horizontal one we have the height to be 200. So the width of this one should match the height of this one, that is the horizontal. Let me just name it like that. So this is what you can see here in the transform panel. They are interchanging. The vertical one has 200 width, but the height of this horizontal one is 200. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. Alright, now let me just hide this base rectangle, we do not need it. I'm going to select this vertical one, and in the top, in the corners type, I'm going to make sure that our single radius is selected, and in the corners type I'm going to choose concave and make it 50%. The maximum one is 50%, so just make it 50%. And in the horizontal one I'm going to choose the corner type to be rounded and make it 50%. Now you can see that we are getting that shape that we wanted. So if you want to merge these together, you can merge them together at this point, or you can create a copy of it, so that you do not have to, you can say that if you accidentally mess it up, you do not have to create the whole shapes again. So I'm just going to merge them together by pressing the add button here at the top, and I have created this shape. Now I'm going to convert it into symbol. That is very important if you want to create a template. So in the symbols panel, I'm just going to press create, and it has created that symbol, that design into a symbol. Now I'm going to press Ctrl J to copy it and fill the rest of the document with these shapes. So as soon as it snaps here, I can see the vertical green and horizontal red lines. I'm just going to release it, and make sure that you have these snapping options checked if you want it to work. Alright, now I'm going to select this one again, press Ctrl J to copy it, and then place it here on the other side. As soon as it snaps, just release it. Then I'm going to select all of these, press Ctrl J to copy it, bring them vertically, and then make sure that it snaps in this location like that. So that as soon as you can see the green vertical and the horizontal red lines, you can release it. You can select this one, press Ctrl J to copy it, and bring it on the other side like that. Again, select these one, press Ctrl J to copy these and bring them here at this location. And as soon as you see those lines and it snaps, you can release it. I'm going to select these three again, press Ctrl J to copy it, and then place them here in this location like that. Select this one, press Ctrl J, and bring it on the other side like that. And again we can select these last row and make sure that we fill this area as well. And we do not need this shape because it was an extra, so I'm going to delete it. Now we have filled the document with our shapes, but in the layers panel we have too many symbols which we do not want. So all I'm going to do is select the second one from the bottom, this symbol, not the last one, the second one, and then make sure I have pressed the shift key and then select the top one, and then press Ctrl G to group them together so that I have a kind of like a neat looking layers panel. I'm just going to quickly save it so that I do not accidentally crash it. And that is a good habit, just continuously save your documents so that you do not lose your work. Okay, now that we have our template created, we can just bring in any element here, and or you can just start creating the design. Make sure that you are inside the symbol, like that, inside it, and start creating it here. All right, so in order to save time, I have already created a design element. I'm just going to quickly place it here. So this is the design element that I have previously created. I'm just going to copy it and make sure that I have selected the bottom symbol, this one, and I have also selected this one inside shape because I wanted my design element to be placed inside the symbols. Now I'm just going to press Ctrl V to paste it, and it has pasted it, and all of the design element is being copied in all other places, and it's looking pretty good. Now if you want to be more looking like the one that I initially showed you, so I can just make this line to be slightly thicker and make the design element to be slightly smaller like that, to get a kind of like a neat looking look to my design. So guys, that's how easily you can create this kind of pattern, eastern style patterns. You can definitely put any kind of design elements here or start creating that design elements inside it. without pre-built kind of like designs. So guys, hopefully you have found this video and this tutorial to be useful. And by the way, I will create some versions of this pattern and I'll put those versions as templates in that freebies folder which I have previously provided. So make sure that you check that out. It's totally free. You do not have to do anything, no ads clicking, no subscribing, nothing like that. But if you appreciate my effort and if you want me to create more free content for you, and you can just simply subscribe to this channel, or you can like this video. It will also help me with the YouTube algorithm, and comment, they are also going to help me with the YouTube algorithm. So you already all know that. So guys, hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, by the way, regarding this video or any of my previous videos, you can simply ask me in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer those questions if I can answer.